I'd like to introduce Mr. Uday Hegde. Uday, how are you? Very nice to see you. And also Monty Montemeyer. Wood.
Here.
Monty, how are you?
Good.
Uday is the CEO of USEReady. We've been a long-time partner with USEReady. We're very happy to have you here today. So looking forward to you sharing some of the work that you're doing with some of your clients here in New York and other places. Welcome to work.
Thanks so much, Greg. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here. In fact, about 12 years ago, I was that single analyst at Credit Suisse, learning Tableau, and Lee Smith, who's here, the general manager now, sold me the first license that I purchased. And eventually the firm purchased it, and subsequently I left my job and started USEReady. And we've been heavily focused on capital markets and financial services as a company, and today it's an honor to present you one of the use cases, particularly focusing on how do you deliver analytics at massive scale. So through these next few slides, I'm going to walk you through a case study. The example here is a company that's a top tier wealth management firm with over 40,000 wealth advisors functioning across over 600 branches all over the country, managing over $1 trillion asset under management. How do you deploy analytics at that scale? First of all, we looked at why digital transformation. This is an industry that's been struggling since financial meltdown in 2008. The fees are shrinking, margins are lower. Also, they have a risk of advisor attrition along with loss of revenue and fraud possible. With all that, they also have a challenge that they have to seek new avenues of opportunity, and that needs transformation. So when we started working with them, one of the key challenges that we noticed is that this community loves Microsoft Office. Nothing wrong with that. However, when you deploy analytics at scale, it could be a bit of a challenge. I'm sure you all know that. So further than that, how do you drive user adoption? How do you train all these people? How do you onboard them? How do you drive sub 5-second performance? I mean, we all quit if my Uber app doesn't come up in 5 seconds. I have the same patience for Tableau as well, right? So, of course we need, zero downtime, extremely high availability, very standard set of challenges. Let me do a quick demo of the product so you understand how that application looks like. I'm going to switch over to my browser. 1 second. Right. This is a markup, of course, for confidentiality reasons. We have chosen those elements that are essential for you to understand this deployment scale. Every number doesn't mean anything. So, having said that, this is an application that supports multiple roles, hierarchies in the organization. So anything and everything that is displayed there is highly customized and tuned to the audience. In this picture, Jennifer, the pretty girl, is actually a financial advisor. So on a daily basis, when she's sitting in the branch, what is she looking at? The number that really is critical for her is, what is my total sales? How am I doing year to date? What's my last 12 months performance? Who's my highest client? What is the sales look like? And how many clients am I serving? Of course, they know this information. However, in the past, we always relied on reports to give this information to us. We had to run through reports to understand. That's not how we deploy analytics. On the left side, you have a search option, and then the drill down and up and down allows you to sort of look through the branch level. If you are a branch manager, what you see. If you are a department head, what you see. If you are an executive, what you see, so on and so forth. What's most important here is this central critical real estate. These little thumbnails, they're actually widgets. So they're completely customizable, and they not only provide you analytic content, they can also navigate you an app that's outside, like a Bloomberg terminal, maybe Bloomberg app, or all your forms and KYC and documents, like simple PDFs. You could look at latest announcements that's needed for the marketing and brochure stuff, along with calendar. So that's a very nice mashup that's pushed onto your desktop so that you're extremely productive when you are on this application. Of course, we can click on one of those widgets. And what happens subsequently is a fully functional Tableau dashboard that's being delivered to you. So, analytic content or analytic app has to give you the insight that makes you productive. For an advisor, the number one KPI or a metric is outbound calls. So when you're spending time on pounding the phone and you want to really understand what's my average answer speed, what's our abandon rate, how many calls are we making a minute, right? And then are we within SLA, are we not within SLA? All these KPIs are traditionally delivered to you on a bunch of spreadsheets that you can't make sense of. However, with Tableau, you have the ability to actually push that right there in a single view. You can of course slice and dice, interact with it. And also notice that all this analytic content can be subscribed, and you can even get an alert. So when you start your day, you have that analytic information right in your inbox. That's how we look at it. Now that you understand the context of this application, let me go back to my slide deck. Right. So, I would like to share with you what are the 3 lessons that we learned implementing that application. Number 1, focus on the business outcome. For this community, a success looks like how does a financial advisor become productive? What do they consume on a daily basis? Can we give them output in a way that they can be extremely efficient in their function? Executives want to know the summarized information. And then from an advisor standpoint, understanding client is extremely crucial. I mean, if your client is posting an Instagram picture with a Ferrari, you must call them right now. That's the community, right? That's your potential. Now, besides all these business-related outcomes, they also need to deliver all of this in a highly regulated platform, plus mitigating the risk while doing so. While we have a very much standardized approach, the most important thing to understand is in our assessments, we focus on that first lesson. That's what is the outcome that you are trying to achieve. Tableau makes it very easy for you to sort of build and consume dashboards. That is rapid time to market. But if you don't know what you want, dashboard is not going to look good. So With a series of iterative prototyping and quick reviews, we can build something that's valuable to the consumer. In our case, we identified three-pronged approach. One, that is productivity. What drives productivity of an enterprise? Secondly, what drives the top line, that's revenue? Thirdly, how do you actually reduce cost running all this operation when you are operating in a very low margin business? It's difficult. So we identified all those KPIs, key metrics that drive these three factors and build into the application. The second lesson is focus on user experience. As Dan mentioned earlier, Tableau's mission is to help people see and understand data. So analytics are for people. So let's go back to that product once again to the application and understand what happened from a UX perspective. As I mentioned earlier, we have driven a lot of core important KPIs right on the top. However, there are a lot more to do, a lot more to look at. Let's take a look at this dashboard. This is actually for a call center executive. If you're looking at your call center supporting all these call volumes, first thing you want to know, what is my call volume? What does it look like on a given weekday? What's the pattern here? Is there a pattern here, right? You see all these spikes right there. Of course, it's a Monday, right? See, there's a pattern here that we are seeing first 3 days we are very busy. The heat map shows that to you as well. When you hover on that red square, you see that it's spiking really hard on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Obviously, you also want to know what's the volume there. If you hover on these little bubbles, over 2,000 calls on a Monday morning. That's interesting, right? And you definitely want to be able to see, oh, maybe I should change my shift, my allocation of people so that I can manage this call. So what are the uncertainties in the call volume? All these KPIs are extremely important. Understanding that what is critical for the business is important. Without Tableau, this information would be sitting as a number in a spreadsheet, million by million records. Right? So that's the power of driving analytic to the users. So essentially, this is a fully functional dashboard. They could take a look at it, they could subscribe to this. It's right there on the desktop every minute. So much easier to make a decision. That's what we meant by focus on user experience. You want to make them super productive. You want them to have high performance with the application. Now that we understand the user experience side, what is the third critical lesson? Focus on user adoption. This is probably one of the hardest nuts to crack for most people, especially transitioning from Microsoft Office. Because they think by million rows, right? That's not how it works. So when it comes to user adoption, the first principle is focus on the business metrics. Second is user experience. Third critical component is build effective partnership between business and IT. You heard me right. IT can actually drive user adoption. How so? Enable IT to be able to be effective for user experience, to build effective user experience. So let's go back to that and same dashboard and take a look at it again. I'll show you that how critical is it to implement user performance when it comes to analytic type. What is this? Right. Of course, now you are familiar with this application, but notice anything different?
Yes.
Well, besides the fact that it's on Chrome. Oh, sorry, thank you. I should exit. Perfect. Yes. So, notice that now that you're familiar with this application, do you notice anything different besides it's on Chrome? See, there's a little orange tab on the right, and obviously there's this little red beacon that's grabbing your attention. Well, that's there for a reason. If you click on that tab, it opens a window that's actually your assistant. That's a bot that's watching the application on your behalf. So what's going on there is, let's say today is Jennifer's first day, right? So she's in the office, 9 o'clock sharp, maybe, and now what's she going to do? Should she wait for corporate trainers to set up a session for her? Or maybe click on this little right there. Welcome to the company, right? So there is a video that you can publish for her to be effective with it. Of course, you can watch it. Besides that, you can actually create pre-configured walkthroughs on the same product to make it very effective for them. So let's say I want to click on this advisor portal walkthrough. Well, hit understand, next, next. So what's happening here is we are giving them bite-sized lessons of the product. So now, so a brand new user is onboarding automatically without a heavy training, heavy push, having to spend a lot of time. It's very effective, it's very bite-sized focused. So we walk them through all the pieces of the application in a few simple steps, right? If you click on this beacon, it's there to alert you that there's a new analytic content ready for you. So every time you push a new content, you can alert them and give them a walkthrough on the product. So it's built into the application, so it's ingrained. So you can actually give them a lesson of every functionality of the application, every stage. So this is one step. So what's going on here is we are focusing on user performance. So we have a great user experience, and now we have a great user performance. Besides that, we could provide them a whole slew of pre-configured walkthroughs of the application, so they never get stuck. Well, we always get stuck, right? So what happens is when you're stuck, just type help. So what we offer here is three choices. One, you can obviously email your IT and wait, or you can click on chat. So it takes you to your Slack. You actually can request your enterprise COE to come in, or somebody who's a subject matter expert to come in and help you. Or you can raise a ticket, and this could be a service desk, it could be ServiceNow, it could be Zendesk, whatever application you may have. You build it, you build the application you build the flow into the application with a thought process to make them very efficient. So driving first user experience, then driving user performance is what leads you to drive user adoption. That's extremely important to understand. Through this series of steps, very carefully crafted, step by step, that's how you achieve analytics at massive scale. Where are we taking this forward, obviously? So this adoption, we are eventually going to integrate that to a learning engine. So what's going to happen is that it will get more and more bot driven, and with the series of learning that the machine is going to go through, the user experience, user adoption journey becomes a lot more simpler and smoother. We go back to my presentation and do a quick recap of what we learned today. Number 1, focus on business outcome. Number 2, focus on user experience. Number 3, focus on user adoption. We also learned that user experience leads to user performance leads to user adoption. Thank you.